Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about some other signs of major well-form reform that we're starting to see in some states. These changes are going to be affecting programs that we don't necessarily often talk about on this channel. So, two big changes are coming to America's safety net with new pilot programs that actually started back on October 1st. The federal government, in their announcement, said that it's redesigning welfare to promote work, reduce dependency, and strengthen families. But of course, the real question that we need answered is what does this mean for real people who are relying on programs like TANF, SNAP, or Medicaid? So today we're going to break down what's changing and who might be most affected. And I'm really interested to hear your perspectives on these changes. So, first, let's talk about the new TANF pilots. This is going to affect people who are receiving EBT cash in certain states. TANF is a program that a lot of people recognize by the name EBT Cash, although EBT Cash can come from a couple of different sources. TANF tends to be the major one. Now, what's going on here is they are changing the way that success is measured in this program. So, this new pilot is going to affect TANF, that's temporary assistance for needy families, in 5 different states, including Arizona, Iowa, Nebraska, Ohio, and Virginia. This new 6-year pilot is going to change, like I said, how success is measured within this program. So instead of measuring how many people are participating in work programs, states will now be judged by specific outcomes like job placement, overall earnings, and reduced government benefit use. The stated goal is to reduce reliance on TANF, Medicaid, and SNAP benefits. So this sounds good in theory, getting people working, getting them off benefits, helping them be more productive. But measuring success by fewer people getting help sometimes pushes states to make bad choices that tighten access rather than helping people get ahead. So we are concerned that these changes could force families over the benefits cliff as well. That's when a family makes a very, very small amount of money over the limit, maybe $1 to $5, or maybe even under $100 over the limit for these benefits. And then they lose thousands of dollars worth of benefits, which effectively leaves their family worse off than they were before. So that is my first concern when I read about this, because we've seen before when states like raise the minimum wage and then people are bumped up just a little bit over, then they lose access to all the help that was helping them be okay, and then they really get into trouble. So we hope that as these pilot programs are rolled out, that states will be able to help families make substantially more so that they're able to jump across that gap where a lot of people fall into major hardship. Of course, the government is saying that this is all part of a bigger push to redefine self-sufficiency through work-first policies, and it does reflect what we're seeing happen to other programs like SNAP and Medicaid as well in terms of expanded work requirements. So each state is going to handle this a little differently. They're testing different approaches. In Arizona, they're going to connect TANF participants directly with employers who are offering in-demand jobs. So that's a pretty great way, making sure that they're able to match with jobs. Iowa plans to expand financial literacy tools and matched savings opportunities, and they're also going to improve coordination of referrals between services. I'm personally a little critical of this approach. I saw a meme a little while ago that said that you can't budget your way out of poverty, and I thought that was really insightful. Financial literacy is great. Those skills are really important. But if the problem is a major deficit between what you're bringing in and what you need to spend to survive in terms of rent and utilities and so on, financial literacy can only take you so far. And matched savings isn't really helpful unless you have enough money that you can actually save. So I'm a little critical of what Iowa is doing, but that's just my personal interpretation. Now, Nebraska is going to develop what they're calling personalized pathways for TANF recipients, including referrals to their Fatherhood and Healthy Marriage initiative. Now, we're going to be talking more about those kinds of initiatives here in just a minute, because that's another change that we saw rolling out. But personalized pathways sounds like it might be helpful. So we'll be seeing how that goes. Now, in Ohio, they're launching what they're calling well-being assessments, and I didn't get a lot of clarity on what that actually means. And again, they're adding financial literacy training and what they're calling intensive case management. Case management is when you have somebody who's going over your case and helping you. Intensive case management sounds like it's going to be I guess more intense, but they didn't clarify what that means either. Virginia plans to build on the success of their current career pathway pilot by establishing what they're calling personalized results plans, which will track participants' progress toward employment credentials in various fields, including healthcare. We know there's a major healthcare shortage in terms of people entering that field. Now, the government's message is that this is going to mark a return to the original promise of welfare reform, focusing on self sufficiency and the dignity of work. Basically, they're scrapping rules that were enacted under President Biden because they say those rules were too subjective, and they want to build evidence-based models that can be copied nationwide. And so that's why it's important for everyone to know about this change, because even if you're not in one of those 6 states, they are working on building a template basically that they can use in all states. So it may be coming to an area near you soon anyway. So, like I said, this matters to everyone because their focus is shifting on getting people off of programs, right? It doesn't look like the metrics they're tracking are actually going to tell whether or not people are actually financially stable afterward. The goal is just to cut down on those enrollment numbers. Now, this could mean stricter eligibility reviews, shorter time limits, new work requirements, things like that rolling out. We don't know. We are hoping that as this pilot program progresses, we'll see more support services like job training or counseling, but we do know that this could become a problem for families that are right on the edge of that benefits cliff. Now let's talk about some other changes they're rolling out as well, like this new initiative that just got a new $100 million investment in it. So just days after they announced that new welfare pilot, they also awarded over $100 million in Healthy Marriage and Responsible Fatherhood grants. The goal of this program is to strengthen traditional family structures, and these grants are going to be distributed to 109 different organizations across 38 states. These include Forge Fatherhood, which stands for Family Opportunity, Resilience, Grit, and Engagement. And those grants are given to provide services that help strengthen fathers' parenting skills, create positive father-child engagement, support healthy relationships, and improve economic stability for families. Another program that's getting a lot of funding is called HEART, or Helping Every Area of Relationships Thrive. Those grants support healthy marriage and relationship education, which the idea, of course, is that if you have a healthy marriage, then the entire family is healthier and it's better for children and so on. Now, another one is Ready for Life, which stands for Relationships, Education, Advancement, Development for Youth for Life. They really love their acronyms. These grants prepare young people between the ages of 14 and 24, including youth that have children or are pregnant, with, it helps them get relationship skills, parenting knowledge, financial education, and things like that, so that hopefully they can go on and have stronger families as well. Now, of course, this ties into the Make America Healthy Again initiative by promoting marriage and family stability, according to the administration. So these sound like really helpful programs. I'm actually personally really excited about this initiative. I'm optimistic that this is going to create some positive change. So these grants are going to be given to states that are going to give them to local programs. Each local program is going to be doing things differently. They may have workshops or financial literacy classes or mental health care or transportation or meals and so on. I just took a quick look at some of the different programs, and those are a few of the things that I found. If you're interested in finding out which organizations near you will be receiving that funding, you can go to the link that you see over there in the red, and that will take you to the map that you see right here in this image. And then you just select your state, and it'll show you which organizations in your area are receiving that funding and what programs they have available as a result of that. Now, the key takeaways here are there are new pilot programs and grants that are showing some pretty strong priorities in how benefit programs are handled. It's important to pay attention to this. You should be notified if anything changes in regards to your benefits, but it's important to make sure that you're reading those letters, that your address is up to date, that you're getting those notifications. And if you are told by a caseworker or in a letter that you are on a new sort of plan, or there's new things that they're looking for, or things are changing, you should always ask clarifying questions so that you fully understand what that means for your benefits. Remember to always read the fine print, make sure that you understand all the requirements, and that you're able to be compliant with those. And also, don't forget, if you're looking for an extra way to bring in a little bit of extra money, our sponsor Free Cash has an awesome app where you can earn money playing games, testing new apps, taking surveys, and more. You can go to the link that you see right there for more information on that. And I will be back soon with more ways that you can save money and get free stuff. I'll see you there.